The question is, can children consent to puberty blockers?
I have no idea what puberty blockers are.
So we're in the day and age right now where gender identity is a thing,
Uh-huh.
and it's not unheard of for 9, 10, 11, 12-year-old boys to believe that they're a girl, and then they go to a gender clinic and get puberty blockers. So it's a boy, they'll take hormones to suppress their testosterone
Oh, okay.
to put it off to later because they believe that they're a girl.
Yeah, that I wouldn't want to have that.
Yeah, so you don't think children can consent?
No.
Okay, all right. That's all. All right, thank you. Children consent to puberty blockers.
I'm not cool.
But why are you scared though?
No, it's not about that. It's about God knows what's on the internet.
On what? On this?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, but think about it. We're not talking about that, but like that's a pretty rational question, right?
Well, I mean, it's not what I think about every day. That's the problem.
Yeah,
it's not
but-
that it's
but-
irrational. It's more about I have to formulate kind of an answer and not off the cuff or.
It should be easy though, man. Like children can't get tattoos,
Yeah,
they
no,
can't drink,
yeah.
they
Look,
can't drive.
generally,
So
you're probably right with all that, but
yeah,
it's the internet,
man.
and I'm older.
My thing is, people are scared to get canceled, right? But like, you gotta be significant to get canceled. Like, who the fuck gonna cancel you? You know what I'm saying? Like, you so scared. You so scared. Who you scared of? Like, you got a better chance to get struck by lightning than get canceled for you speaking facts, saving kids. That's crazy. Don't nobody give a fuck about you. So we're out here on the beach asking people how they feel about a very controversial topic.
Uh-oh.
And the topic is, can children consent to puberty blockers?
I don't know what that is.
So, are you aware of the whole gender identity affirmation
Yeah.
agenda right now, where you have 5, 6, 7-year-old girls thinking of their boys and vice versa?
Uh-huh.
And right now, especially in California, children have the ability to go to a clinic without any parental consent and be affirmed by a doctor saying, okay, you believe a boy believes you're a girl, all right, we'll put you on estrogen. Okay, you're a girl, believes you're a boy, we'll put you on testosterone. They can go through with surgical proceedings, getting mastectomies, things of that nature, making very, very permanent, devastating changes to their life. And California is one state that allows this. And it's very controversial. So we're out here asking the people of California to see what their stance is on that. So with that being said, and that's pretty biased, but those are like the most negative things I could come up with. For me, I can come up with positives for it. Like there's probably a small case of people that it actually works for. But with the effects of social media, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and all the brainwashing that children are going through, like most kids, most people, in fact, they'll believe that they may be something else and they'll age out of it and just come to realize that they're gay. You know what I'm saying? So with all that, do you think that children can consent to using puberty blockers?
That's too young. It's too young. Their bodies are still developing.
Yeah.
If they choose to go that route to because they don't feel like I was born a woman but I want to be a man. Wait.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have to wait until their body develops because they'll have more consequences physically later on. I mean, we all have to wait for something.
Yeah.
We all have to wait for our goals. That's a goal.
Yeah.
They're still developing. To me, that's way too young.
Yeah. So the question,
Trump, not
yeah.
Biden.
This ain't that type of talk. All right. So the question of the day is, can children consent to puberty blockers?
Should they? You mean?
No, can they?
Can they?
Do children have the ability to consent to puberty blockers?
Well, I think I think it's just too young for them to make those critical life decisions. You know what I mean? I think they should be an adult when they make those decisions.
Yeah. Are you aware of all the controversy regarding this topic right now in society?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very much.
Why do you think that there's such at least for me, it seems like there's such a push to
Yes.
go this direction? And
Yeah.
it seems like it's the overarching element in everything, and people are scared to approach the topic. People are scared to say what you just said. Like, why do you think that is?
Because they're woke and they probably.
No, I'm saying people like you that think the way that you think,
Oh,
but
yeah.
are too afraid to say it.
Because they're pussies, I guess.
I agree. Controversial topic.
Uh-oh.
No, but it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. That's the
Okay.
problem.
Okay.
Can children consent to puberty blockers?
Depends on the age.
Children, so younger than 18. 18 and older, you can do what you want to do, but the child, technically, make it easier for you, 16.
I would think, yeah.
You think they can?
Yeah.
Why do you think that would?
Because there's a lot of 16-year-olds that are way more mature and know things than some 20 or 30-year-olds.
Are you know what puberty blockers are, right?
I assume I know what they are.
What do you think that they are?
Just what they say.
Yeah. So
Are they keeping them from?
yeah, so it's for it's specifically for this whole gender identity movement.
Yeah.
I mean, so boys that want to be girls, girls that want to be boys.
Yeah.
So you think that children are of the mind to make that decision for
It
themselves?
depends on the 16-year-old. I mean, there's 16-year-olds that go out and get emancipated and live on their own or are very adults. So
Yeah.
it depends on.
So
the
what do
individual person.
you think about the fact that people aren't able to drive at a certain age, or people aren't able to open a bank account at a certain age, or people aren't able to take out a mortgage out at a certain age, and the consequences of getting this decision correctly is the worse than any of these other things that children
True.
can't have.
True. I guess
At
I'd
this-
have to look into it more
Yeah.
to decide on how it should be.
Yeah. Just for food for thought.
It is.
I'm going to give you some more food for
Uh-huh.
thought. The only consistent stat that right now, it's such a new dilemma that there's not much case study on it to give you any effects of it permanently. The only one that there is that children that are allowed to do this are at a much higher rate of suicide than anybody. That's it. That's the only thing.
Then I would be
Yeah.
not for it. I mean,
Yeah.
but I think it's something that I would have to look into a lot more
Yeah.
and see what it is. But I also think that it may depend on the individual child.
Yeah. So what about like a snapshot for the majority, right? Not case by case basis.
Okay.
If you had to make a decision to,
Based on what you were just saying, I would say no.
well, take the suicide away.
Yeah.
Just giving a child or someone less than.
Given the fact that I told my kids that they couldn't get tattoos until
Yeah.
they were older because they needed to be able to decide that, hey, this is a permanent thing. And be at an age where they really understand what it means,
Yeah.
I would probably then
'Cause
change my thing and say no. I changed my original thought, now that I think about it, because I
Yeah.
never really thought about it.
Yeah.
But given the fact that I told my kids you can't even have a tattoo until you're old enough
Yeah.
to really realize the permanency of it, and that's even taking that one step higher. I mean,
it's like
50 steps
1,000
higher.
steps
Yeah.
higher. Yeah. All right.
So I kind of think that,
Why do you think why do you think your initial response was to give them that grace?
Because like I said, there are a lot of 16-year-olds that are more mature and understanding and know what they're getting into than 20-year-olds or 30-years.
Do you think
case by case.
But what about the fact that the majority of 16-year-olds
But when you take
not?
a majority of them, they're not.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So
All right.
it's a good discussion.
Yeah.
Something to think about. And
But
you
we're right now
understand.
stuck in the spot in society where that's actually California right now.
Yeah.
A child can go to a gender clinic. If they're a girl, they can get on testosterone without the consent of their parent. Their
Yeah.
parent feels the type of way about it. They can make calls to get the parental control of that parent removed. Like,
See, and the more you talk about it, the more I think I would be against it
Yeah.
because, especially at that age, they're doing things on whims. They're doing things
Social media,
on what
TikTok,
people are talking
Instagram.
about, not
Yeah.
really understanding the ramifications
Yeah.
of it and everything. So I'm glad I did decide to answer this question and really kind
Absolutely.
of think about it
Yeah,
a little
thank
bit
you.
more.
Thank
so
you.
thank you.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too. Nice
Have
to
a good
meet
one.
you.
You too.
Good discussion. It is.